Hey everyone, how's it going? This is John Ernest, and I'm showing you a little app that I've been working on called EasyMBTI, appropriately named because I've developed a 4-question MBTI test that I'll throw in here. This is basically the first question is an E or an I. You put in I focus outwardly on people, behaviors, or actions, or I focus inwardly and reflectively on ideas and concepts, so I put outwardly. I'm going to test this with the ENTJ. Second one, J or P. I like to have matters settled as soon as possible, where I like to keep decisions open and flexible with options on a moment's notice. I'll pick A again. And the next one, I focus on efficient. By the way, whatever you pick on the first 2 questions determines what will be thrown at you on the 3rd and 4th questions. It will be whatever the dominant and auxiliary function. So for this one, because I put in E and J, I'm going to get T and FE, and then I'm going to get NI and SE. I'll show you how that changes when I change it to introvert. Anyway, since I'm doing ENTJ, I'm going to pick TI here, efficient and effective decision making, and NI, intuition about how I predict the future, versus SI, compare and contrast current situation with previous experiences. So that, ENTJ, I'll start over. This time we'll go introvert. I'll say I focus inwardly, I'm a P, so IP, and then it changes everything. I often look at the internal details of things and try to categorize or subcategorize them as TI. Or I focus internally on my gut feelings on situations and weigh them against my own system of values, FI. So I'll say FI. So IPF, and then sensor. I focus on the present moment because it's FI. It'll be paired with an SE. So I'll pick SE, and guess what? ISFP. I'll go this one again. Let's say E, P, NE, and this will be ENFP. Bam. Anyway, the other things I throw in here, just a little definition of all the different functions. I want to clean up that formatting a little over here before I get ready to release. Probably get rid of that scroll bar there. I'm basically about 90% of the way completed with this app, but I want to add in a couple of other things. I want to add in some kind of page in between here that tells you, okay, what's a Jungian cognitive function? And then I want to add in a page that will give you everybody's types and give you a description of the type, and then relationship compatibility and careers and all that other fun stuff. The next page is the function chart, which tells you all the different guys. So here's all the IFs, the ITs, the EFs, and the ETs. And then the last page is something fun that I made to compare 2 types visually. I just graphed this out on a 3-dimensional plane, so that's T and F, N and S, and then the front and back are E and I. So in this case, oh yeah, and it's got these little morphing animations I made here. We'll go ENTJ, there's me, TENISEFE, and then I'll throw in ISFP is the same thing. You can see the same TENISEFI, but they're in different orders. And I put them as such, like I weighted it. However, if it's the dominant function, I scale it out more from the center than if it were the inferior function. So that's why you see it the way you do. If I do ESFJ, it's the same thing, but it's flipped on its shadow. And you can see kind of the flow of how these things interact. So me versus an ESTJ, Same thing on the dominant and inferior, but the S and N are flipped because they're a details person, SI back there, and I'm a future thinker, NI. ENFP, INTJ. INTP is the same thing as me, but flipped on its shadow. INFP is said to be our ideal match. I don't know if that actually is the case or not, but it certainly makes an interesting looking shape. There's some other weird ones I can get. Let's see if I do. Anyway, now I'm just playing, but there's what I have of the app so far. It'll be hopefully out within a week or two, depending on my work schedule and um, how quickly I can pull information together and get. I'd prefer to have custom everything for this app, but the purpose of this app is just basically if you're bringing it around to people that you know outside in the real world, and you've got your little iPad tablet or your Windows tablet or your Android tablet with you, and you can just pop this thing out, ask them a quick 4-question test, and get them involved and show them all this cool stuff with MBTI that they never thought possible. That's the whole point of this thing. I made it so that I could demo this to people that I actually know. That's the real world practical application of it. Somebody asked me that question in another forum today. They said, well, what's the real world practical application of this? It's that I want to show it to people. So anyway, there you go. That's my app. And have a good evening, everyone. Bye-bye.